Hi, it's Leslie, Married at First Sight, the after party. I'm starting to realize this is where you actually find out the dirt. They hand them a drink and get them talking. So we got newly divorced Michael, and we got Becca just holding back the tears from her breakup. Just doesn't seem like she's faring very well. And we got Emily, and dare I say, negative Emily. Very negative. But the first thing I noticed is Michael has done away with the swoop curly thing on the side and has gone for a nice short shaved on the side do. I like it a lot. I don't know if he saw himself on TV and was like, oh, that is not working for me, but definitely a step up for Michael. Not that I have any fashion sense, but I like it better. And Michael, I tell you, is growing on me. He seems like the sanest, most intelligent, level-headed person on the whole boatload of these crazies. But anyway, Becca, as I said, just, box of tissues on hand. She's not doing well. And Emily, who has opted for some longer extensions, very pretty, a little wave to them and a little side part, maybe to cover up that scar. I don't know if the scar healed well. It seemed like it healed fine, but looking beautiful. I mean, she is gorgeous. Anyway, and I tell you, Emily, it started right out. I think she just hates men now, unfortunately. Started right in on Michael. Harmless Michael.
I guess I would just challenge, you did have two opportunities. Mm-hmm. Do you really actually think you were ready for marriage?
Really? The one was not really an opportunity. The girl bolted, so she was not ready. That was not his fault. And he gave this a good shot. He just wasn't into her in the end. Everyone is like holding it against people like if they don't fall madly in love. You actually have a choice whether you want to stay with this person, and sometimes you're just not into it. Michael was so respectful. They're the only ones on speaking terms, people. They did something right. But let the record show for Emily.
So Becca and Emily, you all have chosen to be divorced also. Mm-hmm. How are you guys feeling?
Free as the bird, excited to move on and start our next chapter.
Yep, she is bitter but moved on. Poor Becca. So these drinks, they give them these drinks, which I love because, any bit of alcohol is always a plus. But it looked like Emily wasn't even going to drink hers. But I guess they're told you have to pick it up when we're going to toast. You got to toast. And she had hers in her hand. She put it down, and then she picked it up and toast. And then they pan back to her. It looked like she didn't even drink. I go, that is not the Emily we know. She's definitely up for a drink. But anyway, and Emily just starts right in with this.
Yeah. Telling that Cameron and Brennan were the only ones not there because even though Cameron was sick, he still could have shown up for Claire. And I think it shows a lot about them and their characters and their contribution to both Claire and I's marriage.
All right, so Brennan's not a good person for not showing up. Maybe he's just over this nonsense and is taking the high road. I'm starting to respect him a whole lot more too, because I wouldn't show up for her. She's just miserable. She's miserable. She's negative Emily. And Cameron, Keisha was right on her. He just had heart surgery. Give him a friggin' break. Why should he show up? They're lumping it on him, but Claire was the one who bolted on him. They're making it sound like there was this big conspiracy that all the men just started to check out. No. Cameron didn't check out. Emily checked out. Emily did what the other guys did. But the bottom line is they just weren't into each other. That should be fine, right? Right? We still have that, decision to make. That's why they call it decision day, because you actually have a decision to make. You don't just get stuck with the person. But Keisha just nailed Emily on that one.
Didn't Cameron have heart surgery?
He had surgery, but he also was recovering. He wasn't immobile.
He had heart surgery, Emily.
Yeah.
You aren't supposed to be at a bar after having heart surgery.
I think you could be there with water and just stand there.
And yeah, Cameron, he doesn't have to keep showing up for someone who treats him like shit, which Claire did. Because doing that is called a doormat. And you know what? At some point, you gain your strength back and you're like, no, I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not letting her treat me like crap. So good for Cameron. I think we have a bromance there. Cameron and Brennan have found each other. So that's nice. They've all left with a lot of good friends, if nothing else. So I guess what would it be without a little conspiracy theory?
Decide once you're there to put up guardrails and then decide that there is a plot to be followed. I personally feel, and I think I can speak on behalf of everyone but you guys, is we just felt like you guys cut our process short and you decided the trajectory of everything and we had no shot.
I don't think they cut the process short. I think they started the process and they realized, oh, this is not my person. I'm just going to be respectful and get to the end of this stupid frickin' thing because I'm on a show and I kind of signed up to do it. But you can't make somebody like you. It is what it is. They cut the process short because they weren't into you. That's Brennan. I think Austin faked it a little more. He seems into her. Austin's a weird, I don't even know what the deal was with him, but Brennan just, the more he saw, the less he liked, and it is what it is. But, you know, and Cameron was in it and was basically whipped, you know, for a while, but then was like, oh, hell no. Claire was the little mastermind there, you know. And then it's funny, here's what Becca said.
Felt that all the men aside from Michael seemed to have some sort of calculated plot or narrative. So what is that, and what were they trying to achieve?
I don't know. All I know is that there was a pattern in how each of us experienced the effort that these men were putting in, and we tried to make sense of it. We all experienced things off camera where the men were telling us that we weren't allowed to talk about sex.
That's so weird. I'm assuming that's really just for Becca and Austin, because the other ones, we know they weren't having sex, so what's to talk about? Nothing. But I think Austin just would think it would reflect poorly on him, like, what's his problem? And we all kind of thought that, like, what's the issue? You're kissing this person, you're doing all the things, but you don't want to have sex. Is there something else going on here? I don't know. I think he thought it might reflect weirdly on him, but he just wasn't into her. I mean, it is what it is. And then the big cheat gate. Of course, Keisha came with the questions, Emily, and of course Emily's like, no, I didn't cheat. Well, you know.
But did you cheat on Brennan?
I did not cheat on Brennan. Also, what's funny about this is that for me, it wasn't really cheating. It was like, I'm just trying to prove what I've been trying to prove is like, you were never in this.
But listen, the bottom line
Oh yeah,
is,
so I'm getting married, yeah.
Did
So,
you
and
or did
somehow
you not hook up with the Australian
when
guy at the bar?
Yeah, the Australian kissed me at the bar. So if you want to call that cheating, sure.
Yeah, likely story. He kissed her. Yeah, likely story. But she has to make it about that. I guess Brennan was texting with Claire's friends. Everybody's like all friendly. It seems like they met a lot behind the scenes and met, you know, enough that Brennan would have Claire's friends text her number and everything. I mean, more power to you, Brennan. I mean, he knew this was going south. He should have waited the 6 weeks. I have to say that, you know, just, or be a little more freaking discreet. Claire's friend, you couldn't find somebody else? Emily's got her drink in hand now, I noticed. But I tell you, Michael is the one that's going to come out looking like a rose. Like, he comes out looking so good. He's actually cute to me now. I like the haircut and all the things, but he seems so level-headed, rational. Chloe also. The two of them mature adults. Michael, yeah, he's come a long way. They definitely didn't represent him well in the beginning because he just looked like you know, they should have just let him be him. He's very appealing and smart and all the things. And of course, they accuse him of self-sabotage. That's a little too much. I mean, he just wasn't, it was what it was. He just decided this wasn't a marriage material. Is that, was that the worst thing? But of course, Becca, was just like, yeah, I'm not believing anything.
You talk about avoidant attachment style and like self-sabotage. Like, whether I agree with it or not, I understand where that perspective comes from. And
a little eye roll from Becca over there. She's just not buying any of that crap. I think they're just waving the women flag that, you didn't choose Chloe, and it's girls against guys here. So, yeah, we like these after parties. It's I try not to watch them during the season because I want to stay focused, but I'd love to know how long after. I mean, obviously, Emily had time to get some extensions. Only takes an afternoon. Maybe 5 hours, who knows? They take a while. Obviously, I don't have them. I mean, Michael had time to get a new haircut. That could look the same. I don't know. But, yeah. Anyway, I follow this nonsense every week. If you want to follow along, please subscribe. I am definitely waiting for the reunion. That's where they're all together and the shit starts flying. That's going to be good. I'll be covering that, of course. Anyway, I will see you next week. Bye.